morning. Happy Monday. We're back at it, y'all. We're back at it. It's here again. It comes whether you want it to or not, so you might as well embrace it. Don't get into that whole, it's Monday. Yeah, it is. You're lucky you got another Monday. Don't look at Monday like a curse. Look at it like you got the opportunity to have another Monday. Okay? You did, Mallory. I love quinoa for brekkie. So this morning I am following another menu this week. Last week I followed Stubborn Losers 3. I'm not getting on the scale because it's Mindset March, and I'm not getting on the scale in March. Thank you, Renee. Thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate that. I'm not getting on the scale for the whole month of May. So, but I can tell that it is helping me and that my inflammation has gone down. So I wrote another menu this week that I'm going to follow that is similar but different. All different foods, but similar style, same fuels. And I'm going to continue to limit my dairy this week. And So I'm going to continue on this path of these cleaned up menus. I had one crossover yesterday. I had a crossover for dinner last night. I had nuggies, and they betrayed me. I burnt my hand. It's very sore. I had a pretty good blister, so I'm like, okay, well, I put some bacitracin on it, wrapped my hand up to sleep in it because it hurts so bad to touch. So this bandage helped it not. It's so painful. So, and can I just tell y'all, I was drinking. I just got a notification from Walmart. Price drop on Hershey's Nuggets assorted chocolate candy. You know what, Walmart? You know what you can do with those eggs? That was rude. Rude, Walmart. I wonder what that is. I just noticed that in the camera. That's an attractive addition to my flowered leggings and my black socks and red shoes. What was I even talking about? Oh, coffee. Clearly haven't had enough. Coffee, I was drinking every morning. So for a while, I was doing the Katie McReynolds thing. I was doing a little bit of MCT and a little swirl of cashew milk. And I was like, ooh, this is good. I like it. And I was enjoying it. And then one day I was like, maybe I'm just gonna have a little bit of half and half, just to say it's half the fat of heavy cream. I'm just gonna have a little. And then I'm gonna refill my cup and I'm gonna add a little more. And then I'm gonna refill my cup an hour later when I shouldn't be fueling my body, and just a little. It's just a little splash of cream. It's on plan. I'm fine. I was finding myself doing that 3 to 4 cups every morning with a what started out as a drizzle of half and half and became a glug of half and half. And I knew it was a problem when I was going through a big container this big. Maybe I overestimated the size a little. This big of a container. I was going through a container this size in a few days. Okay? A few days. So I was like, girl, you have got to rein it in. And that is when I came up with the Trimmy mix that I'm using, the Easy Bulk Trimmy mix that's on my website. I thought, I need my coffee to be easy. I am busy. I work, after I finish breakfast here, I go to my office and I don't leave it except to grab my food and pee 57,000 times. I'm in that office working until sometimes 6 o'clock at night, 5:30, whatever. I am too busy to be out here pulling out coconut oil, pulling out MCT, pulling out whey, pulling out collagen, pulling out this, pulling out that. And I also knew I needed to stop fueling in between meals with coffee. I don't need this fuel in between my meals. My body doesn't need it. My body needs a break in between fuel. It was getting to the point where it was like, KJ, knock it off. The scale was going up, was ticking up. Okay, it was starting to tick up. So I had to get my stuff together. So that's why I made this Trimmy mix. This is where magic is born. I don't know that I'd call it magic. However, this is my second batch, and I am in love with this Trimmy mix. Nope, black coffee ain't happening. Forget it, Karen. Nope. That's right. When I said black coffee, even the dog grumbled. He went, roar. Right? Right, Bass? So this stuff has made my life so easy. I put a scoop in, I pour in my coffee, I zing it up, and I'm done. And actually, now that I've been drinking this for 2 weeks, I'm loving this. It's very creamy. It's delicious. So I'm preferring that over my half and half. So I've broken the cycle. You can add more collagen into it. You liked it, Sherry? Yay! Yep, Melissa. You know how the best way to fix that? Get rid of the half and half. Just get it out of your kitchen. Go without it for a week and force yourself to drink coffee a different way. There was a reel on Instagram this morning where the girl, she picked up the container of the creamer, the like International Delight or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The big, what is it called? Coffee Mate. The big flavored Coffee Mate. And she goes, it has come to my attention that the main ingredient in this is vegetable oil. And do you know what that tells me? It tells me I like the taste of vegetable oil. And that was the end of the reel. And I just about died laughing. I thought that was so funny. There is sunflower lecithin in it, Vicki, but you don't have to put it in if you can't have sunflower lecithin. A light spray of cooking oil. Yes, the nut pods are expensive. They are. All right. I am going to, Veggie Hacked breakfast. Sweetie Hack breakfast comes from the Veggieful menu. And what the Veggieful menu does, if you have not followed the Veggieful menu, y'all need to check it out because it will teach you so much about food prep. It has you fix different items for the week that are veggies. And then they are used in soup, in sandwiches, on breakfast, and just a million ways to get your veggies. And that was another thing I did last week was, girl, I ate me some veg. Okay? So this is what I'm going to do this morning. I did not prep the Veggie Hack, which is a mixture of a few different veggies together. I am not doing... Are you, Donna? That's awesome. I don't want that in my breakfast. Gross. Or that. I did not do the Veggie Hack because it's not something I need this week, and my meals don't call for those ingredients. So I'm just going to kind of mimic the veggies in the Veggie Hack for my breakfast. No. Never works right. It's probably because I don't hit the right button. But, come on. Figure me out. Mushy mush. Buy your mushrooms pre-washed, y'all. Don't waste your time washing mushrooms. Ain't nobody got time for that. Buy them pre-washed. Right, Bassmaster? Right? Did you come to say hello? Chop them as though you were Gordon Ramsay. So change it, Melissa. Veggie it up a different way. Put different veggies in it. What veggies do you like? You like green beans and onions? Do that. You like green beans and mushrooms? And do you like broccoli and asparagus? Or what do you like? Ew, I don't like that. That is less than desirable. Can dogs eat mushrooms? Does anybody know? Because I don't know. Somebody tell me. And then I'll know if I can feed the dog a mushroom. Because he clearly wants one. He is no longer on restrictions, Sarah. He is doing so good. He can't go out and chase a ball. That's the only restriction. But he can go up and down the stairs on his own. He can jump on the furniture if a certain husband would allow it. You can put... Do you want a mushroom? Come over here and say, wait, I want them to see you. Bruno, say hi to the people. Oh, is it good? Do you like the mushrooms? He's a trim, healthy boy, aren't ya? Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Whoops, now I can't get my camera back up. Okay, there. I know everybody likes to see him. He's got beautiful hair. All right. This is some kale. Don't like kale. Don't have spinach. So I'm gonna eat the kale anyway, you know why? Because I'm a big girl and I can do hard things. And it's good for me. And I'm gonna flavor it enough that I'll be all right. Now you have to wait. Don't you see that I'm busy? Wash before eating and do not refrigerate. What? They've been in my fridge all the weekend. What do you mean do not? Who ever heard of not refrigerating cherry tomatoes? You lost your dang mind, Sunset. And wash? What? Yeah, I should. I always refrigerate my tomatoes. They last forever that way. These are baby heirloom, right? I don't know. It doesn't say. It says they're called Wild Wonders, a gourmet medley. Can't they just be called this? You want a tomato? Are you for real, Bassmaster? You want a tomato? Do we eat a tomato? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Nope. There it goes, right on my floor. Okay, you got it down. Boy, watch out, Bass. You'd get stabbed to death poking around me. I never knew that. I have always put them in my fridge. Well, I'll leave them out and see how they do, but if they go moldy in 2 days, I ain't gonna be happy. Because when I put those in my fridge, they last like 3 weeks. I never knew that. Yes, these people are smart. Huh? He's smart. You still waiting for more food? You think you're gonna get more? All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid to the pan. I didn't cut up that tomato because I want this is how I measure water. I grab whatever's closest to me that can hold water. It's the cover to my oil. I want those to cook down a fair amount because that's how I like my veggies. Oh, I can't use my shoulder well. All right, let them cook down a little bit. I put most of my veggies in the fridge, and I mean, I could put an avocado in that fridge, and I'm not kidding you, when it was 3 weeks before the avocado even softened in there. Somebody just said they've already been in the fridge, now they have to stay there. All right. Joyce, I like that idea. I keep my onions and tomatoes and oranges and bananas and apples. I keep my onions up there. That would be good in this. I don't feel like chopping an onion today. I chopped a whole onion yesterday for my cheesy, no cheese, trimmy bisque that I made to eat this week. A cheese soup. Cheese. The only thing cheesy about the cheesy, no cheese, trimmy bisque is that it looks like cheese. It tastes nothing like cheese. However, it's good. It tastes good. It's very flavorful. It does not, however, taste like cheese. If I put enough nooch on it when I eat it for lunch, maybe it will. I usually do too, Joyce. I usually have frozen, stink. I usually have frozen tomatoes. Onions. Good enough. I usually keep frozen onions in the fridge all the time, but I ran out. And I have fresh onions right now. I have to get dressed after this, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I want to stay in my jammies all day, but I have to get dressed because I have a meeting that I have to be camera ready for. Yes, I'd make it again, Nikki. It's good. It's a good soup. It's like a bisque. It's a smooth, soup. I didn't open this yet. It's good. It has a good flavor. It'll be really good with, I made no carb easy bread rolls to have with it, and it'll be really good with that. And I may even put a little turkey on one of my rolls, have it with a little turkey sandwich, or maybe not. It's already got chicken in it. That's another thing that these menus are teaching me. I overdo my protein. Protein is good for me. My food needs to be anchored in protein. I do not need to eat 12 ounces of protein. Just because steak comes in 12 ounces doesn't mean you need to eat it. Especially now that I've lost 65 pounds, my body doesn't need as much fuel unless it's coming from veggies. I can eat as much of that as I, can get in. I'm not gonna, my bulk, my fill up, my fill up should be on veggies. You watched that video yesterday, huh, Mallory? That was insane. That flippin' blender. I used, yes, it is good, Joyce. It's very good. I used that cup yesterday to make sweet and sour sauce. I tried to make a sweet and sour sauce to go with my nuggets. Wasn't that good. But I tried to make one in my little blender sauce cup, and that was one of the first. I think I've used it one other time since that video because I didn't dare use it. So there is the only time we recommend an amount of protein, Melissa, is in a fuel pull that you stay to 3 or 4 ounces. The rest of the meals, I'm going to do 3/4 of a cup of egg white. The rest of the meals, you don't have to stick to just 3 or 4. However, if 3 or 4 is enough to fill you up, it is plenty of protein. You could have 5 or 6. I'm trying to limit my protein to about 4 to 5 ounces per meal because I am quickly finding out that I do not need what I thought I needed. I'm just putting onion, garlic, paprika, and cayenne. The same 4 things I put in 100% of everything I eat. And salt. I'm just making a scramble. That's all I'm doing. Nothing fancy. But I'm going to get my veggies in, girl. Plus, I'm in a workshop this week. I'm taking a workshop this week, all to learn about inflammation. So I'm excited about that. Because last week, the menu that I followed, don't know what it was. I really don't know much about inflammatory foods other than dairy. I don't know what it was, but my inflammation went way down last week, and I don't know if it was limiting the dairy or if it was something else that I wasn't or was eating. So I'm excited. Protein helps as we lose weight to help build up muscle, and yes, it can help with loose skin. However, our body is very efficient. Our body is super duper efficient. We don't need 12 ounces to make our body work. Our body can do the job with much less. Well, stress could have something to do with it. I've been a little stressed. A little stress going on. This is a sweet potato that I threw in the microwave in my little Pampered Chef steamer bowl, this little mini one. I use it all the time. I cut the sweet potato in half, added a little bit of water. I don't even know that I needed the water, but I always do it. Added a little bit of water and nuked it for 8 minutes, and it's perfectly tender. I'm putting it back in now, this bowl, because I did that when I was doing devotions. All right, my eggs are almost cooked. Takes a minute to cook them when you got all that veg in there. All right, it's ugly, I'll say that. It's ugly. I cannot stir well with that arm right now. It hurts. Some days it hurts more than others. Today is that day. All right, that's done. My protein faith is my egg whites. Yeah, no, it isn't. It's never pretty. It's the green stuff. So, big news, if you haven't heard. Big news. Tomorrow. Bright and early. Actually, tomorrow all day, and I think for 2 days. THM sale. But not just a sale. There's big news. If you haven't seen it yet on the main page, the cookies are coming back. And they look amazeballs. The Marvelous Mary Malone and the Crazy Bonnie Clapp went to the cafe this weekend and they had a cookie and it looked insane. Insane. Okay. So there is a sale tomorrow. The Creamy Dreamy is on sale. The blush palette, you guys. The blush palette is coming. Girl, I'm going to set my alarm for 3. I'm getting up and getting me some blush. The cookies, the dark chocolate, both almond and plain, is coming back. Creamy Dreamy is on sale. I think the whey protein is on sale. Whole bunch of good stuff on sale. So check that out tomorrow. You all be praying for the Trim Healthy Mamas that their website functions the way they hope it will. Because they have a new guy helping them with their website and the last sale went smoothly. So, but they didn't pre-announce it either. So let's wait and see. All right, there's my sweet potato. I'm going to add, oh man, I think I had a Rogue Laughing Cow left that I found. I can't find Laughing Cow here right now. I don't. All right, that's all right. I'll survive. I'll use this instead. I'm going to do a teaspoon of butter on my potato. Nope. I'm going to do a teaspoon of MCT. I don't need butter when I can have MCT that's going to boost my metabolism even more. Butter is great for me, but metabolism is good stuff. He must be, Mallory. He must be. So, check out the sale tomorrow. I'd be so grateful if you would use my link. I will post the link bright and early, probably about 1 a.m. The link. I usually eat the skin, Heidi. I almost always eat the skin on my sweet potato. Almost always. But this one had a couple little spots that made me go, I don't know that I want to eat that. Because normally I would. All right, 1 teaspoon of MCT is going to be my fat. It's going to make that taste so good, you guys. So luscious. 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 Isn't that a weird word? Isn't luscious a weird word? I should have given it to Bassy. What did I do? I threw it in the trash? Oh, and it's laying right on top of the mushroom container. He can have it. If he's a dog, he ain't gonna know the difference. Sorry, dude. I love you, but you're not that smart. I didn't even think about giving it to the dog. All right. My sweet potato on the bottom. My huge scramble. That was only 3/4 of a cup of egg whites. And look at the size of that bowl of food. I know what you're thinking. You're looking at that like, ooh, she's not going to be able to eat all that. I'm going to get some. You're wrong. There we go. There's my veggie sweet potato. I mean, sweet potato for breakfast, you guys. Come on, what a treat. Sweet potato, veggie scramble. Put a little bit of garnish. Just a little bit. Don't need a ton. It's an E. A little sprinkle of that. And then, of course, the most important ingredient in any breakfast is hot sauce. Yeah. It is really hard to eat that. Girl, it ain't hard to eat that much. It ain't hard for me. I ain't got no problem. Make sure you add the hot sauce. It's a key ingredient. Coffee's right here. Got my coffee. It's another reason I didn't want to add a teaspoon of butter to my meal, is I already have MCT in my coffee. I don't need to go adding a whole teaspoon of butter, because that is how you fuel stack. This has got just a little bit of MCT powder and butter powder in it already, so it already has a little bit of fat. Not a whole serving, but it's enough that I don't need to go adding a teaspoon of that, because then I'm going to fuel stack, and then I unintentionally end up with a light crossover. And I didn't want a light crossover. I wanted an E. And that's what I got. It's good, Bassy, except for that kale. But that's all right. I need it. It's important. Fuel stacking is easy to do, Sherry. It's easy to do. It's hotter than I expected. That coffee pot kept that pretty warm. It burned my tongue a little. It's very easy to fuel stack, and it is the reason a lot of mamas stall. Maybe, Shirley. The MCT oil pump just came from Amazon. It's just a food grade plastic pump. Just they come in like an average typical size. I just went on and looked for pump for, I think I said pump for olive oil or something like that, and that came up. I think they were 99 cents. All right, buddy. The dog wants me to go sit down and eat and go to work, huh? It's time for work. Stand here wagging his tail. Do I put my romaine in my food processor too? Yes. You know I do. You taught me, Tracy Allen. If I ate cheese pizza 2 hours after my dinner, did I fuel stack? Yes, you did. That is fuel stacking. So you want to go a minimum, Nikki, of 2.5 hours. And truly, if you're switching between fuels, you are better off going 3 to 4. If you are absolutely starving, the best thing you can do is grab a carrot, some cucumbers, something super low, okay? Something super low. If you are starving after your dinner, 2 hours after your dinner was not sufficient. You had probably, my guess, if I had to picture your plate, okay? If I had to picture your plate of your dinner, my bet would be you had a serving of a carb, maybe a bigger serving of a carb, protein, and some veggies, but just some veggies. I have learned over time that eating meals, it's not the protein. The protein helps you not get hungry later, but it's not just the protein. It is sufficient amounts of veggies. And I'm talking 3 cups. I'm talking a bowl full of veggies, okay? The fiber in the veggies, the fiber in this is what is going to hold me. That plus my protein is what is going to hold me long term. So if your plate is just a side salad and some rice or a sweet potato and some protein, but your focus of your plate is your carb and not your veg, you're probably going to be hungry quicker. So it's really... Yes, Sarah, me too. The more veggies I put in my meal, almost always, this meal will hold me, usually, I'm not going to promise always, this will usually hold me 4 hours because all of the veggies in there. That's the difference. Get 3 cups of veggies in your meal, minimum, if you want to stay full longer. It makes a world of difference. Okay, you guys. I have to go to work. I have a meeting this morning that I have to be semi-presentable for. And I would get in trouble for this. I would get told. This looks like a bleach stain, y'all. And I didn't even touch bleach. It is a bleach stain. I don't even... What? Sticking his head up my shirt. What are you doing? I don't know what it is. All right, you guys, I love you all. Salad with taco soup. Yes. Did you have taco soup, Nikki? You had the soup. Add a bunch of extra veggies to it. If it's the Trim Train taco soup, add a chocolate milk with protein with it. It might not have had enough protein. It probably had a good amount of veggies, but you can add a salad with it. Have a big old salad with it. With a spritz of balsamic, a little drizzle of olive oil or MCT oil, a bunch of seasonings. Good stuff. Do that. Add a big salad with it, and that will help hold you over longer. I find that romaine isn't that big of a deal, but it's so full of fiber. It holds me over for a long time. So, okay, you guys, have a great day. I love you all. Enjoy your Monday. Embrace the fact that you've been given another Monday, and don't be all, oh, it's Monday. Monday. Don't be like that. Nobody likes a Monday hater. You want people to look at you and be like, why is she like Monday? She rob a bank this weekend or what? That is what you want. You want so much joy. The dog is like, would you eat already? You want so much joy coming out of your pores that people are suspicious. Okay? I love you all. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye, guys.